Every day, you stumble over the same errors in your brain's thinking, such as the peak-end rule. Crack it and achieve everything you want in life much more easily. Did you know that more pain can hurt less than less pain? What sounds completely impossible is a system error in your brain that waiters, travel companies, and the entire modern marketing industry regularly use to fool you into parting with your money. They all hope to get you with the peak-end rule. Because our brain has to save storage space, and one of its most powerful compression methods has proven to be storing only the part of an experience between the emotional peak and the end in a little more detail. Because then you usually don't lose anything important in the process. This effect is so powerful, if you administer to test subjects to a precisely defined pain pattern, and then subject them to exactly the same pattern again, but this time extended to include additional but subsiding pain, the test subjects only remember the pain from the peak level onwards. When asked to choose between the two, almost all patients chose the fading pattern because it did not seem longer to them, but less painful. The rule, all's well that ends well, therefore has a very concrete brain physiological background. And you can take advantage of this for better or for worse. For example, nowadays, the most painful parts of medical treatments are no longer placed at the very end, but shortly before. This way, you come back more often. Unfortunately, the peak-end rule can also be exploited in almost all areas of our lives. Waiters often become particularly friendly towards the end, when it's time for tips, hoping that we will forget their previous service. By getting particularly close to the guest, for example by crouching down to the eye level when presenting the bill, waiters can earn around 25% more in tips. Series producers also use the peak-end rule by bringing back the expensive screenwriters from the beginning shortly before the end of the season. After all, it should be exciting enough towards the end that you want to continue your streaming subscription. Travel companies also go the extra mile towards the end to encourage repeat customers. And at amusement parks, according to the peak-end rule, the big fireworks display at the end of each evening is supposed to make visitors forget that 80% of the day was spent waiting in line. And if you want to make sure you're not subconsciously influenced by the peak-end rule when making an important decision, the following hacks will help. Time distance. This allows the end of an event to move closer to its middle in retrospect. Imagine the event without the end. And don't ask yourself if it was good, but how many good moments there were. And if not, just keep saying, all's well that ends well. Next week, we'll look at the next system error that our brains fall for time and time again. Follow me, and you'll be safe from it, and know what others will continue to stumble over.